welcome back to my week-long video and blog series for Eating Disorders Awareness Week. I'm Michelle Pittman, owner and operator of Define Me Wellness here in Whitby, Ontario, Canada. Today's segment is all about self-massage, and I'm going to demo a sequence that I often do as part of my morning routine. And this sequence will be focusing on the neck, the jaw, and the temples. So we'll do just a couple of different massage practices I'll be using the yoga tune-up therapy balls. But if you don't have these specific ones, you could use a set of tennis balls, or even better, if you have access to a couple of lacrosse balls, you could use those to kind of replicate what we're doing here today. And then I'm also demoing with my foam yoga block, but if you don't have access to a yoga block, you could just as easily use a thick textbook. Okay, so before we get into massage, I always like to start with a little check-in. Okay, knees bent, hip distance apart, and feet on the floor. And for this check-in, just bring all your awareness into the head, the front, sides, and back of the head. You notice sensations in through the forehead, the eyes, and the jaw. Take a few deep breaths in through the nose. Open the mouth and sigh. Breathing in through the nose. Open the mouth and exhale with a sigh. Open the eyes and grab the balls and the block. Take the block just underneath the back of the head and take either ball to the right and left side of the neck, right just below the base of the skull. Bring your fingertips to either sides of the balls just to kind of keep them in place a little bit. And let the weight of the back of your neck and the skull become really heavy. So you could stay in compression here in stillness for 5 minutes. I wouldn't go longer than that. But you could also play a little bit with movement. So maybe just allow the body to dictate what it wants and what it needs. So does it need movement today, or is it better in stillness and compression? So I'm just moving my neck from side to side here. Okay, I might move the head over to the right and draw my chin down towards the right armpit and hold there for several breaths. And then lift the chin up, come back to center and take it over to the other side. And then drawing the chin in towards the left armpit. And then we'll come back to center here. Okay. So next step is to turn onto one side, and we'll massage out through the temple a little bit. So taking the ball onto the block, and then taking the temple right on top of the ball, holding the ball in place with your hand. Stillness is always good, depending, on how much energy you have. This might be all that you're willing and able to do, and that's okay. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll take the ball and just give it a couple of turns. So getting a little bit deeper here. And you could play with movement as well. Maybe going side to side, so letting the ball just kind of rub along the side of the forehead here. You could do little kind of zigzag motions along the temple. Or just stay in stillness. Next, we'll move on to the jaw. And there's a couple of different strategies I'll use with the jaw. And again, it depends on how I'm feeling that day. So sometimes I like to have a little bit more of like a deep tissue massage. Other times I like things to be a little bit more subtle and gentle. So it really depends on your individual needs and preferences, and that could change from day to day. So the first option would be to take the ball right into the cheek, okay, and just start by pressing the palm of your hand onto the outside of that ball, and then pressing the cheek in towards the hand. So creating a little bit of opposing forces here. Okay. I like to keep my mouth slightly open. I might have a funny look to my face right now, but that's okay because it feels good. Hey, the other thing I might start to do is twist and turn the ball in one direction and then another, while at the same time, so this is like an and or kind of thing, I could be twisting the ball as well as pushing, so doing that opposing forces of pushing the cheek into the ball, and then the ball is pressing against the cheek, so just kind of, push-pull kind of action here, and a twist-turn action all at the same time. Okay, we could do that for a few minutes, maybe 2 or 3 minutes on one side. And if I'm feeling like I need a little bit more kind of pressure or that deep tissue massage sensation, then I'll lie down. So on the ball is on the block, and then my jaw comes right onto the ball. Okay, I'll use my hand once again to hold that in place. And I might even just open and close the jaw. So open the mouth really wide, and then close it. Or twisting and turning like I did in that previous exercise. I might just give it a couple of turns, and then maybe open and close the jaw again. And then to complete the segment, I'll come back onto my back and do a little bit of self-massage, but without any of the props, just using my peace fingers and sliding the peace fingers from behind the ears all the way over to either side of the neck. Okay, so just below the base of the skull, coming into the suboccipitals here. And then my thumbs just naturally start kind of on the sides of the ears. And then gently slide them down, open the mouth wide. And as soon as the thumbs come into that jaw hinge, then just allow everything to kind of settle and soften here. Okay, the pressure with the fingers and the thumbs softens. The eyes close. The mouth still remains partially open. And we breathe here. And I would stay here for a few minutes, maybe up to 5 minutes as well. And then I do another brief check-in, just like I did at the beginning, to see if there's been any impact to some of that work that I just did. Paying attention to the energy and the sensations around the head, front, sides, and back. Through the eyes and the jawline. And then turn to one side and make your way up to seated, and you can continue on with your day. So anytime we're doing this massage work, it's really just observation. We don't need to have any kind of anticipated goals or outcomes for the massage. It's just a really nice self-care practice, and I hope you'll give it a try and let me know what that was like for you. I'd be interested to hear and how that goes. And if you'd like to join me, I'm for Eating Disorders Awareness Week on February 6th, which is the last day, February 7th. I'm hosting a Facebook Live restorative movement class, and I would love it if you'd join me. So feel free to go on to Facebook. I'll leave the link in my blog and the video below, so that if you want, you can like the page and follow along and prepare to join us for the Facebook Live class. Okay, look forward to hearing from you and seeing you. Take care.